Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Daisy here, and today we are finally back with another video. I'm sorry about the whole not uploading for a long time. I just got back to school and kind of had to deal with that and everything. But anyway, we're back now, and we are here with a new game called Depression Quest. And I know you guys are thinking, oh, this is going to be a depressing thing, and I don't know, it might be and it might not be. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that it will be somewhat touching, not completely, I want to go cry or anything, but yeah. I just found this game off of Steam. It was free to play, so I was like, hey, why not? And then I decided, hey, I haven't uploaded a video for a while, why not do this one? So, here we are, and yeah. So it's up here in the quote box, it says, "It's emotional," and "it's" is blue. Its emotional character is probably most likely indescribable, except as a sort of double bind in which all of the alternatives we associate with human agency, sitting or standing, doing or resting, speaking or keeping silent, living or dying, are not just unpleasant, but literally horrible. And that is by David Foster Wallace. Amazing quote. And right here, I already read all this. Basically says that this game is not supposed to be very fun. It's not supposed to be like a fun game or something like Gmod or anything. It's supposed to be like a deep-hearted, mentally interesting game, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but it's supposed to be light-hearted experience. If you are currently suffering from the illness and are easily triggered, please be aware that this game uses stark depictions of people in very dark places. If you are suicidal, please stop playing this game and visit this link to talk to someone. And yeah. If you guys want to go download the game, go look it up on Steam. It's called Depression Quest. I will most likely leave a link in the description. I'm not sure. It might be. I don't know. I guess we'll find out when I upload this. And yeah. And if you guys didn't know, I don't have depression, but I do sort of. I haven't been diagnosed, but I have pretty much. I think I do. I am aware that I have these very long periods of time of being depressed, these very long periods of time just not wanting to talk to anyone, and it's not normal anymore. And that's why this game really intrigued me to do this. And yeah, I'm not suicidal, so guys don't worry about that. I just get really anxious sometimes, which is I also have very bad social anxiety, where you feel like you just get this weird feeling whenever you have to do something in front of a big crowd of people, or you're just standing in a big crowd of people, and it's very unpleasant. Anyway, enough about me. We're gonna go and play this. And it says Depression Quest, an interactive nonfiction. It is. Okay, hold on. This game is interactive nonfiction. It's about living with depression, by Zoe Quinn, Patrick Lindsay, Isaac Shankler. Yeah, and yeah. So let's begin. It is early on a Monday morning. You are a mid-20s human being. You have a significant other named Alex, who you are rather fond of, and that you have been seeing exclusively. Sorry about that. Excuse me. For the past few months, the rest of your social circle consists of a variety of friends and acquaintances, some of whom you met at your daily job, which is a little boring, but pays the rent. You'd like to be doing more with your life, as with your parents, but you're still in the process of figuring out what that means and how to go about it. You're also dealing with the motivation issues that sometimes makes dealing with these things difficult. You feel like this is probably your fault, and on bad days can feel inwardly angry and down on yourself for being lazy, quote unquote, but you're not quite sure how you can break out of it, or how other people deal with these feelings and seem so very functional. You spend a lot of nights fixating on thinking about this, but never seem to do anything about it other than lose sleep. So it's already kicking off to a very, very interesting start. Ooh, music's getting interesting. It's an unseasonable warm Wednesday evening. You spent the past several hours at work. The past week or so, you found your job motivating, flagging more than usual. You've been in a fog practically all day today. simply going through the motions without realizing even what you've been capable of, or what you've been doing half the time. And yet, time seemed to be moving at half speed. Gosh, I'm terrible at reading. You're so checked out that when your boss approaches you to tell you that it's dead and you can go home early, it barely registers. As you walk home... Oh, can I highlight this stuff? No, I can't. I'm not sure if you guys can see my mouse, but I was going to highlight so you know where I am on that. Anyway, as you walk home, the streets hiss from the recent rainfall. You know that your significant other will be in classes until late, another couple hours at least. You briefly consider this serendipitous solitude, I don't know what that word is, to catch up on that project that you've been working on haphazardly for the past few months. As soon as you think about the work that awaits you at home, you feel the panic creeping in from the back of your brain unbidden. All you can think about is how incredibly far behind you are, and the amount of work seems nothing less than insurmountable. Yeah, I don't know. By the time you arrive home and change out of your uncomfortable work clothes, the stress is weighing down on you like a heavy, wet wool blanket. Your computer seems to be staring you down from your desk. You want to sit down and work, but the mere thought of trying to work sends your stress levels flying. More than anything, you feel suddenly and absolutely exhausted and feel a strong desire to simply hide in bed. Do you order some food, grab a drink, and hunker down for a night of work? Apparently I can't choose that. Reluctantly sit down at your desk and try to make yourself do something. Turn on the TV, telling yourself you just need a quick half hour to unwind from work. Crawl into bed. You're so stressed and overwhelmed you couldn't possibly accomplish anything anyways. You are depressed. Okay. Interaction is exhausting, and you are becoming more and more withdrawn. You are not currently seeing a therapist. You are currently taking medication for depression. Okay. So if I'm depressed, so if this was me and I was like this, and I was not seeing a therapist anymore, and I was taking medication, I wouldn't turn on TV telling myself I just needed something to unwind from work, because then I watch TV and then I just get completely bored of TV. Sit down at your desk, try to make yourself do something, or crawl into bed. I would probably crawl into bed, honestly. As much as you like the idea of trying to get work done tonight, the thought of the amount of catching up you have to do instantly freezes you up. The longer you stare at your computer, the higher your stress levels rise, until you're on the verge of a full-blown panic attack. Those are not fun. Not even wandering into the living room to try to watch TV relaxes you. You soon succumb to the mental and physical exhaustion and crawl into your bed, making a point to close your laptop before you turn the light out. You lay in bed for some time, feeling disappointed in your own inability to be productive before finally passing out. You wake in the morning from a sleep that was far from restful. In fact, it seems impossible, but it's as though you're more tired. I don't understand why that's like that. More tired than you were when you fell asleep last night. As you pick up your phone to shut off your alarm, you see a handful of text messages from Alex that you apparently missed last night. 2 missed calls. Text message: hey, tried calling when I got out of class, but I guess you're sleeping. Anyway, I hope you had a good day at work, and I hope you were able to get some stuff done when you got home. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm out of class early. Good night, babe. I love you. Well, I think I screwed up there. I didn't do anything. Next. You are very okay, got it. It's a mild Friday afternoon, so it's been 2 days now. Ooh, got a little phone up here. Verizon, I have that. Anyway, it's a mild Friday afternoon. Alex calls you from one of her classes, telling you that there's going to be a really awesome birthday party tonight at her apartment that one of her roommates is throwing. You've hung out with this roommate a few times with Alex, and you get along well, but aren't particularly close. You don't have work in the morning and have nothing else in particular to do tonight. You're feeling kind of run down, but you have been fatigued most of the time lately. You mentioned that you're feeling ill because you're not sure how else to explain those feelings to someone else, and say that you aren't sure that you can make it tonight. There's a second of silence. Hold on. There's a second of silence on your phone, or over your phone, but you can swear you hear the sound of your partner's face fall. Tries to convince you anyway. You haven't seen her this week, and she sounds pretty insistent that you come over. She even drops a few suggestively worded hints that you can stay over with them tonight after the party. What do you do? Do I shake off your funk and go have a good time with your girlfriend? That's obviously not something I can choose. Agree to go, say that you're really just not feeling it and can't make it. I would agree to go, honestly. Wait, this stuff's changed right here. You are very depressed. You spend a large amount of time sleeping, hating yourself, and having very little energy or motivation. That's pretty sad. You are not currently seeing a therapist. You are currently taking medication. Okay. Oh, I'm not taking medication anymore. I don't know if I was before. I might have misheard that. Anyway, I would agree to go, honestly. Oh, I just knocked over a fork from my food. Oops. Hold on. You agree to go. I can hear the party in the background. You agree to go even though you're really not feeling social. You know it's important to Alex, and you'd really like to see her. Seeing her does make you feel better sometimes, and you hope that this is the case tonight, even if it does mean dealing with all the unusual social anxiety. Yeah, see, that's what I sort of have. The time to leave rolls around, and you grab your overnight bag. Alex's apartment is a short walk away, and there are already people hanging out on the porch. You feel your chest tighten as you approach the building and try to steal your nerves. Huh. Okay. You find your partner chatting away with the birthday girl, and Alex immediately lightens up when she sees you. I'm so happy you came. I wasn't sure if you're going to make it. I kind of said I'd go though, so I don't understand that. A young man taps her on the shoulder and turns back to you to apologize and let you know. And let you know they have to do something for the party. Alex hands you a beer and plants a kiss on your cheek before going off to deal with whatever came up. As you look around, you don't see anyone else you recognize. I'm guessing I have to choose one of these? Okay. I guess the number one is one of the things that you could do if you... I'm guessing at the end of this, your depression gets cured, and then you can go back and play it after that, and then you can choose one of the ones, the first options. Anyway, so do you awkwardly stand in the same spot, unsure of what else to do? Put your bag into Alex's room and avoid the crowd for a while. Cling to the back wall, sip your beer, and wait for your girlfriend to return. Proceed to drink in earnest, hoping it makes you less uncomfortable. I wouldn't do the number 5, because that was not going to work. I might do number 4, and I might do number 2, but I wouldn't... 2, 3, and 4 are sort of hard to choose from. I would say I wouldn't do number 2. I'd probably do number 3. Yeah, let's go with number 3. You take your beer and shift through the crowd until you arrive at Alex's room. The room is actually empty of other partygoers. Gosh, I'm burping a lot. Excuse me. And you sit on her bed as you set your bag down. Thankful for the personal space and feeling a lot less claustrophobic, you mess around on your phone while you sip your beer. You keep telling yourself you'll go back out 5 more minutes, but every time the time rolls around to go back out, you feel the panic creep in, and you stay rooted to the spot You figure no one here knows you anyway, so it's unlikely that you'll be missed. A few minutes later, Alex comes into the room. Oh, there you are. I was wondering where you'd gone off to. Figured I might find you in here. She sits down on the bed next to you, buzzed enough to be slurring slightly. Okay. I'm really glad you turned up tonight. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm really glad you turned up tonight. To be honest, I really didn't think that you'd show. It's really cool. Wait, it's really cool you did, really. You know she meant it lovingly, but you're not quite sure how you feel about that statement. Next. It's a little afternoon on a muggy Saturday, so this is the next day. I haven't even been paying attention to the little things up top, the photographs. Anyway, your mother has come over for a surprise visit, claiming loudly that she doesn't see you enough, so she decided to invite herself over. As you converse, she walks around your place and you get the distinct impression that you're being inspected. Yeah, I would too. So what's going on with you lately? She asks abruptly. Taking somewhat aback by the left fielder, you tell her you're not sure what she means. She repeats the question, saying that you haven't seemed like yourself lately. She gestures to the dirty dishes piled in the sink and notes the fact that you haven't called or visited in a while. Oh jeez, what's that word? Oh, I don't know what that word is. Reticence? You're reticent. Okay, I know what the word is now. Your reticence only seems to spur her on more. She presses you, asking if you're having problems at work or with Alex, and you're beginning to feel increasingly battered by her sudden, well-meaning but overwhelming inquisition. Yeah, that word. Anyway, under her questions, you become increasingly uncomfortable. You want to be able to explain to her how you've been feeling, but the truth is you're not really sure yourself. Nothing horrific has happened at work or with your significant other or friends or anything like that, but all at the same time, you can't deny that lately you've just felt drained and as though you're not really here. You wish you could tell your mother these things, but she hasn't been approachable about negative emotions in the past. She is the kind of person who holds the opinion that the solution to any problem is to simply try harder and maintain a positive attitude. I hate people like that. I really do. I don't hate them, but I dislike them a lot. A stance that has reared its... Sorry about that. She is the kind of person that holds a stance that has reared in the past conversations when you've begun to explore the subject with her. You know she's unlikely to be understanding, and you feel the energy drain out of you when you imagine what would happen if you managed to blurt out everything you are feeling. What do? Let her know that you have been feeling down lately and that you appreciate her concern. I can't do that. Try to be honest with her anyway. You can't do that. Tell her everything is fine and thank her for asking. Change the subject. I would honestly tell her everything is fine. Honestly. I'm okay, Mom. Really. Thanks for worrying about me. Mother looks at you from across the room with furrowed brows, and you wonder if the tone in your voice was the least bit convincing. She slightly opens her mouth as though she was about to say something more, but instead she digs through her purse for her cell phone, having apparently decided against it. Okay. Well, as long as you're okay, honey, her voice trails. As your mother returns to what amounts to more or less small talk, you realize that this part of the conversation has happened a lot recently. Someone will express concern for you or ask if you're doing okay out of seemingly nowhere. You tend to find it simpler to just declare that you're okay than find the right words for complicated and murky feelings. Besides, Since none of them are in reaction to the specific event, maybe you really are okay, and just complaining about nothing anyway. Sometimes when you insist that you're okay to those who ask, you have to wonder if you're trying to convince them or yourself. Dude, this is so like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm about to cry, honestly. It is a lazy Sunday morning. You are idly clicking around online as your phone rings. Sam, a co-worker of yours that your friend with... Wait, what? Sam, a co-worker of yours that you're friendly with, he asks how you are and makes hurried small talk with you. You typically only ever talk to him on the phone when one of you needs a shift covered, so it's slightly awkward. You're waiting in anticipation for him to ask you for you are waiting in anticipation for him to ask you to come in on short notice when he veers the conversation in a completely different direction. How do you feel about cats? He asks. Mine had kittens a few weeks ago, and I'm having an awfully hard time finding a home for them, or for the last one of the litter. You don't have any pets, right? Takes you a moment to progress or process this new information, and you're caught off guard as he begins to earnestly try to sell you on the idea of taking the last kitten off his hands. It's not something that you had specifically considered before, and he seems fairly insistent. How much more is there to read on this? She's a real sweetheart, really loves people. She's got all of her shots already taken care of, and the vet says she's healthy as a horse. I can bring her over by your place tonight if you are interested. You look around your apartment, trying to find a picture of your cat, blah, 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 blah. Okay. If you guys actually want to read some of this stuff, because I'm going to start just skimming over it. If you guys actually want to read it, you can just pause the video and look at it. Oh, don't worry about that. I can bring over a litter box. Okay. Don't worry about that. I can bring over a litter box and food and all that, since you'd really be helping me out of a fix. It's the least I could do. I just don't want to have to put her in a shelter. Can't help but to feel like you're being guilt-tripped. I feel like I am, yeah. But you decide to give it some serious consideration. It does get awfully lonely around here in the apartment. It might feel less empty with the cat around. However, since you've been feeling so down, it might not be a good idea to take on responsibility of a cat, even if they are fairly low maintenance. Take the cat knowing... What do you do? Take the cat knowing full well that you can take care of it. No. Decline, even though you'd be totally capable of taking care of it. You're not much of a cat person. Become a cat owner. You could use a companionship. Decline, you're not in a good enough place to be taking one on more responsibility right now. Decline, you don't like cats. Well, I love cats, so I'm not going to do a 5. But I do want to become a cat owner and for the companionship, but I don't think that would help because this guy is obviously, or I don't know how to say this, but the character is obviously very mentally unstable right now, and if you're having trouble taking care of yourself with dishes in the sink and everything, there's no way you'd be able to take care of a cat. So, and plus the shelter would actually be very better than my house right now. So, yep, declined it. I'm sorry, I just can't right now. I hope you find a good home for her. You sit through a few more sales sale statements. Gosh, I cannot read. They're border on guilt trips and with fabricated excuses about your landlord not allowing pets before your coworker gives up and thanks you anyway. You wish him good luck finding a home, and as you hang up, you feel pangs of guilt as you imagine him having to put her in a shelter. You wonder if the chance of the kitten ending up in a shelter was worse than the chance of being unstable to care for an animal, and you feel pretty awful about yourself regardless. Okay, hold on. You cannot give me the option and then make me feel completely bad about it. That doesn't work. You can't say that the shelter wouldn't be enough, or might not be better than my house. I have dishes stockpiled in my kitchen. Like, I'm not able to take care of myself, obviously, so, yeah, screw you, game. Anyway, your apartment's emptiness feels a lot more palpable, I don't know how to say that, suddenly, and you wonder if you could have pulled it off. You consider getting a pet in the future after more careful consideration and preparation. The next day at work, you run into your coworker and breathe a sigh of relief as he informs you that he was able to find a good home for the kitten. Oh, good. She's probably way better off than she would be with me, you think. Okay, if that cat, like, ended up dying or something, I would have been so sad and I would have just quit the game. Honestly, I really would have. Next. It's late Friday afternoon and quitting time is just around the corner. Wait, why is it Friday? Wasn't it just, like, Sunday? It's been a whole week. What? Okay. Okay. A bright clear day is giving way to a still temperate. Oh gosh, a still temperate evening. You can hear your coworkers all around you anxiously making plans for their evenings and weekends, but you're really looking forward to just going home and resting after what's turned out to be a very long and taxing work week. Just for the end of the shift, you get a call from Alex. It seems a group of your mutual friends are heading out to a nearby pub for dinner and drinks to celebrate the end of the week, and they want to know if you'd like to come along. You tentatively tell her that you're emotionally exhausted from the work week, and a social outing like that would be just too much out of you today. You encourage her to go and have a good time, since you know it's been a while since she's gone out with friends. But the efforts feel futile, since you know that she isn't going to go without you. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of this because it's just going to be her doing that. Okay, what do? You know, despite the bad times, your girlfriend sincerely loves you. Relationships are a two-way street, and you resolved for you. Tell Alex. Wait, what? I thought it was. Oh, jeez. Oh, I probably should have read it. A couple hours later, the two of you find yourselves in a familiar position on the couch, watching comedy shows on Netflix. A box of pizza open on the coffee table in front of you. As you look across the couch at her, you start to feel anxious. You feel bad about effectively forcing the two of you to stay in tonight. Again, while you are always appreciative of your... My phone's going off. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, hold on. Where was I at? You feel anxious. You feel bad about effectively forcing... While you're always appreciative of your partner's efforts to take your feelings into account and help make sure you're socially comfortable, you sincerely worry that you're holding her back from enjoying a more fulfilling relationship. While she don't do this. If I have to break up with this chick, I'm gonna cry, dude. While she does seem to enjoy spending time with you, as the two of you sit in comfortable, almost contented silence watching old shows you've each seen 2 or 3 times before, you ever increasingly fear that your relationship is becoming one-sided, weighs more and more heavily on you. You feel more than ever like a burden or a ward to her, and it's virtually impossible for you to see what value you could possibly offer to her in return. Worst of all, this nagging figure has made you feel more self-conscious than ever, withdrawing ever inwards, and you've started to pull away even from Alex herself. Ah, jeez. I don't want to break up with her, dude. Oh, this sucks. Okay. So do I ask her if she's happy with the relationship, or do I don't say anything at all? You already know, you're already worried about her being upset with you. I'll tell you right now that this will be the last choice for tonight. And I'll upload this video, and then I'll see you guys after this choice. But first of all, we need to figure this out. Okay, so what do you do? I've had this feeling before, and honestly, I've just sat there, but I don't want to do that this time, honestly. I think talking about it would be the best thing to do, but we're going to talk about it next time when we come back to a depression quest. So until then, if you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment, rating below. Please give me your feedback. I would love to hear your feedback and let me know if you're enjoying this. If you are, please like it, share it, do whatever you want, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.